So Vosteed recently came out with a new model, and in my opinion, it's their best model yet. Now I know that's a huge statement because they have a lot of great models, but in my opinion, this is the best they've done yet so far. And it comes in a nice, hard plastic case, really good quality case. Love to see that. Now, you might know this knife as, because the name has changed, as the Mayhem, but it is not the Mayhem no more. So don't call it the Mayhem. Now it is being called the Rob 1. I do not know why they had to change the name, but they did. So it's not the Mayhem no more, the Rob 1. Now, these are available at 10 p.m. on the 27th. It is the 27th when I'm posting this, and I'm gonna post it a couple hours early so that you know it's coming, because there's only gonna be 75 of them. So it's gonna be first come, first serve, and they're gonna go quick. So I'm letting you guys know ahead of time that you can get it through my affiliate link. Use my link, and yes, hopefully you guys are able to score one. It's an awesome knife. So what I think is so awesome about this is, one, they're using a unique locking mechanism. Now, it's unique in the sense that we've only seen one company use it, and I don't think we've seen any company use it like this. Dagger did use something similar, but it's basically a compression lock. The same thing you see on Spyderco's, where they have a liner that goes in between the stop pin and the tang of the blade. It's basically the same thing, just done on the opposite side with a button attached. So they attach this button to the liner goes up and goes in between the stop pin and the tang of the blade. Really strong lockup. This is rock vault-like lockup. It is solid, and it allows you to get a fantastic detent. I mean, a perfect detent for a button lock, and it's going to be consistent as time goes on, because compression locks are very good at that, you know, at being fidgety and stuff like that without it wearing out or changing detent strength or anything like that. And everything breaks in, but they're also really good at lockup. So you're not going to have to worry about it feeling from a light tap or anything like that, because it's a compression lock, not a conventional button lock. So that's awesome. So it allows you to get that fidget fun factor from a button lock while getting the security and lock strength of a compression lock. Super solid detent. So we have two different versions here. We have the Wharncliffe with the dual grind and the Sheepsfoot with the dual grind, both in M390 steel. As you can see, you can get blacked out or plain. Now, the handles are titanium, and they have heavy milling in them. Titanium milled pocket clip and backspacer. Ergonomics are really good. It does exactly the way I like to see a lot of ergos, where it goes from thinner to thicker. So it allows you to get a really good grip, and you can always choke up for heavy, you know, push cuts and stuff. The pinch grip's going to be great. Cutting, you know, this way is not going to be the easiest or best, but you can do it. You could definitely get by. Now, my favorite of the two is definitely the Wharncliffe. I like the way the tip pokes out a little bit more. It's just a little bit more pokey, or a little bit more utilitarian. And I feel like this one's a little bit slicier than the Sheepsfoot. So my preference is the Warney. Now, we're going to be giving a couple of these away to the Patreon members, because I still have the prototype that we'll be giving away, and super fidgety. And then I have one other Sheepsfoot one. So I will be, like I said, passing some along to the Patreons. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be making more after this. I have a feeling they are going to probably do another batch. I don't know. But as far as I know right now, they're only going to have 75 available at 10 p.m. So, you know, depending on when you're watching, will depend on whether or not they're still available, or if you have time to get them. I will say this, you know, like I was saying, so far Vosteed has done a lot of great work. We've seen a lot come from them, a lot of different designs, and most of them I really like. This one, they definitely went, not overboard. You can't really go overboard, but they definitely put a lot into this one, and I appreciate that. I love seeing a company that does work on innovation and things like that. But I do have some negatives. So let's talk about a couple negatives I have. They're very minor, but T6s, I don't know why they did T6s. I seen on the prototype it had T6s, and I was pretty sure that on the final production version it would be T8s, but it is not. So I'm kind of bummed out for that. You know, it is what it is. Not that big of a deal, but I just prefer it. The next thing, I'm not a big fan of this dual grind back here. I know it looks cool, and yeah, it does look cool, but it doesn't really it's not functional. It doesn't really do anything. So, you know, I don't know why it's there. When you sharpen it, you are gonna notice the edge is gonna be thicker here than on the rest of the edge. Is it a big deal? No, you know, it just doesn't serve a purpose to me, but it is aesthetically cool. The geometry is on the thicker side. That would be my next negative, especially on the sheep's foot. You can see it. It is robust. It is thick. I don't think it needs to be that thick. This one's a little bit thinner, as you can see, so I do appreciate this one a little bit more. It gets down a little bit thinner behind the edge, but I think this thing would have been really awesome if it had a hollow grind. Just a complete hollow grind all the way across. No dual grind, and if you are going to do a dual grind, a hollow and a flat would have been really cool. But other than those things, I really have no complaints. Those are just stupid nitpicks. It's a fantastic knife with incredible build quality. Like I said, the detent is super solid. The lockup is vault-like. And I love feeling such a consistent breaking detent on a button lock. You know, it just feels special because the leverage of the flipper tab isn't like it's all the way up here, right? It's down here. It's basically level with the center of the pivot, but the detent is so solid that it offers a fabulous flip. So anyways, everything will be linked down in the description for you guys. Like I said, 10 p.m. on the 27th. So if you guys are wanting to get one, get it while the getting's good. Work hard, stay tough. You know society's relying on you. Until next time, peace.